All right, man. So you want to get rich, or you want to understand the formula, the science behind getting rich. Today's video topic is how to reverse the money pendulum to make money come into your life, to make wealth come into your life. This is what I call the quantum wealth formula, aka money pendulum reversal. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Master J. This is Spiritual Boss Global. If you're new to the channel, spiritualbossglobal.com is now live. You can check out that website for even more teachings and value that you may be interested in. My name is Master J. I am a Vietnamese American shaman, but in simple human terms, I am a programmer of the mind, an architect of the mind. And in this video, I'm going to program your mind, and I'm going to install the program of wealth and money attraction into your mind, because I believe that is one of the most important things a human being can understand, is how to become sufficient in their attainment of capital, aka wealth. This is one of my favorite subjects to teach, and I love this game because I love enriching my fellow brothers and sisters with this science, the science of getting rich. Now let's talk about the money pendulum, how to reverse it, aka the wealth frequency, how to tap into it. Money, what is money? Money is used to exchange for goods and services in the world. That is the simple, basic economic use of it. No more, no less. However, the truth and the cold, brutal truth in the world of humanity, in the modern world, is that without money, your life will very quickly end. It's not the most important thing in the world. The most important thing in the world is oxygen and water. And then after that is money, aka cash flow. So it's imperative that if you desire to be a successful human being, if you wish to take care of your family, if you wish to experience great things in life, is to understand how to get that money. Yes, agreed. Everybody agrees. Money comes from what? Money comes from the exchange of goods and services. Money comes from value. Value, what is value? Value is seen and held in the eyes of the beholder. So when it comes to money, if you want to reverse the money pendulum, understand that value is in the eyes of the beholder. We go to work, is what we're taught. We go to work to earn money, to earn a living. But oftentimes when it comes to money, and I've come to know this, and I've come to know both of these types of people in living in both quadrants. There are people who earn money so that they can stay alive, right? Out of a state of survival. And that's what most people are trained in. And then there are some people who earn money as a game, as a video game, because they understand the science behind it, because their needs are met and their needs are constantly met. And then it opens them up to this new frequency. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and we were talking about how human being and the human being's privilege of thinking is really covered by Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Meaning, to even speak about or think about certain concepts or feel certain emotions, you have to have the base level of survival already taken care of. And that comes down to, in this world, money. So money is a base needs of survival. But there are two types of people who make money. One type of person makes money just to stay alive, right? Just to stay alive, because it's the only thing that they can look towards. The other type of person makes money because it is a game to them, because it's building a legacy to them, because it's constant surplus and constant growth to them. I want you to be in that second quadrant if you are in the first quadrant. To get in the second quadrant and to understand the money pendulum. Money exists on a pendulum. If you've never heard of the term pendulum, it's made popular by reality transurfing. By this guy named Vladimir, I don't know how to say his last name. Vadim Zeland. Reality transurfing. It means that anytime we focus on excess importance on one thing, for example, we are chasing a woman, we're chasing a lover, we are putting so much importance on someone in our mind, it creates this energy dynamic that makes it go further away from us. And oftentimes when it comes to money, we are chasing the money because we need it to survive. There are other people who are just making money because they are meant to thrive, and this is how you're going to begin reversing this pendulum. To begin reversing the pendulum of money is to understand what is on the opposite side of the money pendulum. Other than the fact that you need it to survive, well, the other side, and when you really begin to understand this, you begin to see things in a different way. That money exists for the exchange of goods, services, but not just goods and services, on a deeper level, on a spiritual level. We're talking on a spiritual level, we're talking on a spiritual frequency. That frequency is value. That frequency is value. That frequency, my friend, is value. To reverse the money pendulum is to no longer begin looking just for money. To go on the other side of the pendulum is to understand that value, wherever value goes, energy goes, and money goes. The most valuable things in the world, human beings will pay top dollar for it, and money will go to it. So when we get out of the base needs of survival, which is food, shelter, water, clothing, we then look into value. Now you want to be rich, you want to be successful, you want to start getting some money. What you need to think is stop thinking of the opposite end, the one that everybody falls into, which is, how can I make more money? How can I make more money? How can I get more money? I don't have enough right now. I don't have enough right now. Instead, you want to flip the script and you want to flip the switch on yourself, which is, how can I provide value to my fellow man? Because in providing value to my fellow man, that is where I will receive my compensation. There comes a Proverbs and it says, does thou see a man skilled in his work, in his labor? He shall not stand before obscure men. He will stand before kings. That means the talented. That means the people who provide the most value. That means the people who are excellent in their work and excellent in their craft. They cannot be ignored by the masses. They cannot be ignored by the greats, and they cannot be ignored by what is valuable. What is valuable in this world is money, and value begets more value. If you focus on becoming talented and extraordinary in a skill, if you focus on providing something for your fellow human, if you focus on pushing out the value into the ether, it is impossible for you not to get money. So instead of obsessing with this burning desire to become more rich, what you then must do is become obsessed with this burning desire to enrich the fellow human, the fellow man. And in this case, and in this scenario, you will get what you want. This is the law, and this is the law of reversing the money pendulum. This is the quantum wealth formula. Whatever you sow your desire, what you first must do is to give it out unto world. If you wish to receive love, you must be love and you must give love. If you wish to receive hate, you give hate and you receive hate. For the world is your mirror. But if you wish to receive money or wealth, which is a form of abundance and a form of value, you must draw within the strings of your very heart the thing that you have been gifted with from God, from the Creator, a natural talent that you have. Cultivate it, make it your skill, sharpen it like a blade, and push it out into the world to go and give something to your fellow brother, to your fellow sisters of the world, of humanity, because that is what makes the world go around. Money makes the world go around, what they say, but in reality, it is human beings providing value and helping one another, which actually makes the world go around. The world may trick you, and the world may make you think that it is corrupt, and that is not that way, and that the shadows of the world can often control us and suck our soul. But we live in a new time, and we live in a new age, and we live in a new era, where the human being's natural level of consciousness is rising, and we no longer fall into the tyrant way of consciousness, the egoic way of thinking. And the egoic way of thinking is, I control you, and you do this for me, and these things are absolute. When we rise in consciousness and we ascend a little higher, we see that I serve you, and in return you serve me. I provide my service to you. I provide my service to my tribe. I provide my service to those who need me, and those who need me also reciprocate that value to me. To begin to reverse the money pendulum is to understand the science of getting rich, is to understand the value of money, is to understand the quantum wealth formula. To understand and reverse the money pendulum is to understand the science of getting rich. The science of getting rich is man must think, man must act, man must do, man must move, and man must conduct himself in a certain way. And that certain way is always for fuller self-expression and fuller expansion and bettering his fellow human man. Making it his goal to wake up and serve another human being. Making it his goal to wake up and do something better for someone else. making it his goal to enrich the lives of others because he knows deep down in his heart he understands the very nature of this law. If I wish to enrich my own life, I must first enrich others. For what I shall giveth, I shall receive it. So I shall spend my time giving unto others. So I shall spend my time enhancing the life of others. And I will not be so concerned with selfish gratification, because in service to others and doing good into the highest number, I will be able to naturally receive all of the things that I ever wanted. And that is the law, and that is the law, and it can never be broken. It becomes twisted, it becomes sickened when people become corrupt by money, when people take advantage of others by poisoning, using people's vices, disrupting society, doing things just only for profit and not for the betterment of others. But we see in today's day and age that time is shifting. To reverse the money pendulum, the quantum wealth formula is to understand value begets value. How are you serving the world today? Do you have a passion? Do you have a dream? Do you have a gift? Do you have a talent that you wish to cultivate? That is exactly what Spiritual Boss Global is for. Go to spiritualbossglobal.com if you wish to learn some more things. You may be at the beginning of your journey. You may be beginning to shift out of that old status quo. That life that was very safe that you took and you just applied yourself and you feel, this is not for me anymore. Maybe I want to become an entrepreneur. Maybe I want to become a boss. I'll tell you the 2 keys to becoming a boss and 2 keys to understanding entrepreneurship. You need to understand how to serve other people, and you need to understand the science of wealth. Without those 2 things, you will not be a boss, you will not be an entrepreneur. You must understand how to serve others, and you must understand the principle of wealth, the principle of creating value, the principle of delivering value onto other people. Without these 2 things, that is the lifeblood of every business, that is the lifeblood of every boss, that is the lifeline of every entrepreneur. Without these 2 things, you are not a boss, you are not a leader, you are not a spiritual boss, you are somebody who is just thinking about something. Go dive in, head first, into the life of your dreams, make decisions, take risks, and by taking action, you will learn much more than you ever can just intellectualizing things. To reverse the money pendulum, to reverse the wealth frequency, to understand the wealth frequency, to understand the money pendulum, to understand the science of getting rich. Man must think and act in a certain way. Man must think and act and move in a certain way. He must do things and he must make things with the principle of advancement and fuller expression and wanting to express himself out into the world by helping others and giving opportunity to others. Not shortchanging them, not doing bad things for them, but making and conducting yourself, providing something in life in which you benefit and that person benefits, and they have an opportunity to experience a new dimension of life, a new value of life, and to continuously grow. This is how to reverse the money pendulum. spiritualbossglobal.com. I'm your host, Master J. Thank you very much for listening.